Oh. Oh, wee. Hello. Oh. Can you guys hear me? Wait, let me turn this down a little bit. Guess I didn't really have to. Got kind of a sore throat, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah? Alright, cool. Alright. Okay. Alright. Guys, I'm sad, but also it's not that big a deal. Shout out from France. That's what's up. Yeah, I actually was going for France. Some people could call me a traitor. You can say that I betrayed United States today, and I would agree with you. I feel so bad for Wemby. Oh yeah, wasn't he like, was that his mom on the sidelines that he was hugging? Yeah, he was crying. Well, she was crying. I know she was crying. USA. Hey, I'm an American again, okay? But for those 2 hours, I was not American. I feel like the chat is, it's fine. Call me a traitor all you want. I prefer Spurs player winning. Look, it's a multitude. It's a multitude of things going on at once. Okay, there's a multitude of things going on at once on why we wanted them to win. All right, so we got a few things to go over. So I guess we can start with this game. So give me a second. Let's see. Team USA. I didn't have it up because I actually. Let's see. Here we go. Wait, it went away. Here it is. All right. Wait, can't we see? What is this? I want to see the full game. Full game stats. Hold on. USA basketball. Where the heck is the full game stats? Would it just be on ESPN or what? All I want is the stats of this game. Okay. All right. Okay. This is what we're dealing with. It's also something else that I think would be relevant to bring up. So hold on. All right. Probably Olympics website. Well, I found it. I found it on ESPN. We're good. They said Curry wasn't clutch. That, like, Curry not being clutch. Look, we'll talk about it in a minute. Hold on. Hold on. There is something else as well. I like this quote. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Our boy Wembanyama, he didn't win it, okay? He didn't win it. He played phenomenal. All right, he played phenomenally well. I thought that he was by far the best player on his team, but unfortunately, you know, he didn't make it happen. It's a win-win for us, and not for the reason that you might be thinking. Okay, but big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video and this live stream, the entirety of this live stream. So big shout out to them. Link below in the description box if you guys want to check out BetUS. But let's go ahead and dive into this. So before we look at the stats of this game and I give you my overall thoughts and why I think it's a win-win, I really like this quote. Okay, I really like this quote. So this was Victor Wembanyama, you know, a couple games ago when they went against Canada. and basically said, you know, what we all know of him already, right? We all had to realize our roles, our history, and the direction we want to take. We had 4 days. That's a lot of time to think and fix things. The players were dedicated to fixing everything. But this right here, we all had to realize our roles. I saw a few people during this game against Team USA in which they were like, Victor needs to be more aggressive, right? Oh, Victor needs the ball in his hands at all times. I did think that he should have been in the game. I think they took him out. I don't know if it was at the end of the first or the beginning of the second. I can't remember. A big chunk of the beginning of the game, I was actually in the gym, so how I was watching it, I wasn't able to like keep up exactly what time was what was going on. But they took him out, and I was like, I tweeted out immediately, like, no, he needs to be in the game. But not because, oh, I just want the ball in his hands and he just needs to be Kobe. Like, no. I just thought that overall, he was drawing a lot of attention, and as soon as he got out of the game, it started to look pretty ugly, right? It just looked really, really ugly. Playing Gobert was a mistake. I won't say playing Gobert was a mistake. I mean, you undoubtedly had to play him. I just thought early on in that game when they took Wemby out, I was like, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. But this right here, you just love that mindset from Wemby, and you know, he's going to have the capability of just taking over games for the Spurs. Don't get us wrong. But at the end of the day, he is a team player, and you know, you just need to build a team full of high IQ basketball players around him, and the Spurs will be quite successful. All right, so diving into the game itself, France was basically playing from behind the entire time. You can see here that it was a back and forth, which you would expect, you know, in the first quarter, and then the second quarter, you know, they did okay, and then USA just kept it there the entire time. I tweeted out, and this was really my thoughts. I think some people think I was trolling. I mean, a little bit. I was trolling a little bit, but not with this. I basically said I really did believe that if it was 4 minutes left and it was a close game, that Wemby could pull it off. What the heck just popped up on my screen? That was scary. It was telling me something about computer being at risk. I don't know. My ears. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Where were we? It was like Norton security thing. I have no idea. My computer's fine. I don't know what that was. Com virus. Yeah, I don't know. Clan getting hacked. Yeah, I just got hacked. I don't know. Anyways, so they were playing behind the entire game, and I thought that with 4 minutes left, if France was within 4 points, I thought Wemby could go ahead and take over. But unfortunately, that was not the case, and they couldn't do it. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the stats here, because that's what we care about, right? I said Wemby did well, but what does that mean, Clan? What does that mean? It means he did really well. So let's see. So Wembanyama, he went 11 for 19. And if you, by the way, if you were watching the game, it didn't feel like he scored 26 points. Like it just didn't. I'll be honest with you. And maybe it just comes down to France playing such good team ball, or maybe it came down to the plethora of threes Wemby missed that it just felt as if he didn't get to 26 points. But he did. He basically was the team. Him and I can never say his name, but I do want the Spurs to sign him. Ubaseli? If I said it wrong, you guys can correct me in the chat. But yeah, those two went haywire. But you can see here, he didn't get to the free throw line much, which, you know, that was kind of ridiculous. He was literally bleeding from his neck. I don't know if you guys saw that. He had a crazy gash. My camera just flickered. Crazy gash on his neck. I was like, where the heck did that come from? Yeah, he should have been at the line more. Yabusele. Okay, thank you. Yabusele. No, somebody say Yabusele. Okay. All right, Yabusele. He did great. So yeah, just overall, he did a good job. No blocks from Wemby, which I was actually shocked by. Only 2 turnovers, a steal, 2 assists, 7 rebounds. But yeah, it was really tough. And not to mention, I saw someone in the chat say, I hate Steph Curry. Steph Curry went crazy at the end, dude. What the heck was that? It was 3 threes in a row. That last 3, I was just like, oh my goodness. He was double teamed. It was like, oh my goodness. He was not going to pass that ball. That was incredible. It was just only so much you can do there, you know? But, you know, when the game is on the backs of a 20-year-old Wemby and one other teammate, and Decolo did well as well. I always liked him, even when he played for the Spurs. I always liked him. But yeah. And another thing too, we all knew that the kryptonite for the French team was going to be the 3-pointers. So we were really just hoping that Wemby can knock down more. He could get hot, or they could really take advantage of their size with him and Gobert. But they kind of didn't. Rudy Gobert only played 12 minutes, in which he had 2 points, 2 steals, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. Yeah, so that's how that went. That's how that went. All right. Fell out of my chair when he hit that. Me too, dude. I was just like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But we're going to take a quick break. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. And then I'll tell you why I think that this game actually was a WW, okay? A win-win for the Spurs.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
All right, guys, BetUS, link in my description box. You receive 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. Just use the link in my description, and yeah, get yourself some money, man. Make yourself some money. All right, make yourself some money. All right, let's go ahead and dive into why I think this is a win-win. So Wembanyama, he just did something incredible. This was by far the biggest game of his career, of his basketball career, by far. This is actually a big deal. I think a lot of people still have in their minds that, yeah, Team USA, they're just going to roll over everybody. It's easy selling. We have the best team in the world, which obviously we do. But at the end of the day, teams are getting better. This was not an easy road, okay? France going against Canada, a really good team, and then going against Germany was really tough to get here. And Wembanyama, while his stats didn't just wow you, if you watch the games, he definitely had an impact. And that's just how great he is. And when his back is against the wall and it's going for the gold, the fact that he led his team with 26 points. It's incredible at 20 years old. 11 for 19. You can't ask for more than that. Not to mention him going against the freaking Harlem Globetrotters of basketball. Like, what the heck? So he did a great job. And not only that, he had more points than the French team and Team USA. No, not Team USS. USA. So yeah, so he even had more points than Steph Curry, who had a phenomenal, end to that game. So I just want to say that's huge. It's huge for the experience. It's huge for him to be in that situation, and it's huge to see how he responded to adversity, because no one expected France to win, but they did not get steamrolled. They were in this game for a big proportion of it, and yeah, there's nothing for Wemby to be ashamed of, okay? At all. Nothing at all for him to be ashamed of. And, the other win of this whole thing is the fact that, we did win. I was going for France, but Team USA did win, all right? They did win. Wemby went crazy. He did a great job. Yeah, that Wemby hezzy was pure gold. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah, the Wemby hezzy was absolutely beautiful. You can't ask for more. No, I'm French, buddy. We lose, but you're a Spurs fan, right? Like, even though you lost, and I was going for Team USA because I wanted Wemby to win. But even though you lost, at the end of the day, good guy, I can't speak. This is actually going to benefit the Spurs significantly. I think that the whole world was watching. Obviously, everyone knows how great Wemby is and is going to be. And a lot of these players that Team USA really relied on, we got to be real here, okay? Who they really relied on was LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. These guys are going to be gone. Now, there's going to be another player that comes through that takes over. It's going to be great. But right now, at least we're thinking 4 years from now, there's not going to be another like Steph Curry around that time. I don't think there won't be another LeBron, because the other LeBron will be playing for France. And then KD, I'm assuming KD will be gone by then. So France will have an even better shot in 4 years. And teams are only getting better around the world, Was a decent game to watch. It was a really good game. It genuinely was a good game. And let me just say this too. I don't like Joel Embiid, okay? I've tried. I think the first couple years when he actually was able to play, because I know he came into the league injured, I really liked him. The type of player that I thought he was really tough. I thought that he was like a great defender. I thought that he was going to be one of those players that just like take over like Shaq, talk his stuff. But he is not, man. He searches for so many fouls. It makes me sick. He plays dirty. Yes, he plays dirty. And he plays dirty in that like innocent face dirty, Like, oh, I was just being irrational with my movements. I didn't try to hurt you. It's like, no, dude, you play super dirty. I do not like Joel Embiid at all. I do not like Joel Embiid at all. Clan, go listen to what Richard said. Richard Jefferson? Okay, we'll get there. 26 points is crazy. I was so happy with the win for USA, but I was even happier that Wemby went off and showed the NBA that he is going to be a problem for years. I even bought his France jersey. How much was that? Wemby wants it? Yeah. Lesort is 28 too, I believe. How old is Yabusele? You guys know? Oh, he's 28. Okay. He up there? Okay. Yeah. He's almost as bad as Draymond. Oh, Embiid? Yeah, dude. Wemby's emotions there touched me, bro. Yeah, wasn't he talking to his that was his mom, right? That he was hugging at the end. She was crying. Bought the jersey for 110, but I'm sure it'll be worth more years later. That's a good point. You got to get it signed. Yeah, it was his mom. Okay. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff nonetheless. So yeah, I just want to say, while Wemby lost, and it's like it is what it is, because I'm gonna go for the underdog a lot of times, right? Especially since Wemby's on that team, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go for the underdog. But at the end of the day, I think this will benefit the Spurs significantly, and it's gonna help Wemby as well, because this was the biggest game of his career. It was definitely a playoff, maybe finals type atmosphere, how loud it was. And yeah, so, and I think that if this was actually a 7-game series, I mean, I still think France loses, but I mean, you might get 3-1, or 4-1, sorry, 4-1, maybe 4-2, possibly game 6, maybe. I don't know, but they played tough, man. France played really tough, and I don't think Wemby has anything to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed of. That was louder than most finals, I'd say. Last year, finals wasn't that exciting. Wemby was just fine. He did great. All right. Let's get out of here. Once again, big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment of the live stream. Good stuff. Great stuff, actually. Yeah.
This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
There's people actually hating on Wemby crying. What kind of psychotic... That's ridiculous. What kind of, like... I didn't see that. All right, moving on. Let's see what else we got here. Ah, yes. Yes, this. Rockets fans mostly hating? That's ridiculous. All right, so I came across this. Shout out to Mike for tagging me in this. He said, Clay, I'm a Spurs fan, some content for the channel. I always tell you guys this. If you have anything that you want to talk about or you want me to talk about, just tag me on Twitter, literally. Or you can send me a message, but I think my messages are actually closed off. Like, I have to be following you. I don't know. I don't think you can fix that. Maybe you can. I'm not going to fix it. But just tag me. Tag me on Twitter and just say, @Clan Spurs fan, some content for your channel. Thank you, man. So I'm not going to play this because FS1 actually gave me a copyright claim on something before. But basically, Nick Wright gave a proposal, okay? He gave a proposal on what he wants the San Antonio Spurs to do in order for LeBron James and Stephen Curry to be on the same team at the end of, or the ends of their career. And it's absolutely silly and it's asinine. Now, to his credit, in this clip, he did say that he felt as if, you know, it won't happen, right? So this is, I wouldn't even put this out there. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't even put this out there. So if you guys want to see a better image of it, there we go. All right. Shout out to Legion Hoops here. So this is his trade idea. Spurs receive LeBron and Steph Curry. Lakers receive Keldon Johnson, Harrison Barnes, and 2 first-round picks. And those 2 first-round picks were 27. The 27 are first, and the 31 Minnesota's first. This is so stupid. And then Warriors receive Devin Vassell, Zach Collins, and 2 other first-round picks. And City Sissoko. They didn't mention that in there. And that's 27th, 2027 Atlanta first, and 30 Dallas first. Why would we do this? Bro sharing his My GM moves on live TV. Why would we do this? Like, can anyone in the chat please tell me why the Spurs would make this move? Like, is there any reason in which we would do this? His explanation was, and once again, I can't show it, so I'm just going to paraphrase. His explanation for the Spurs doing it was they would have LeBron and Steph and learn how to win. That was basically it. They would learn how to win. Now, it's great for LeBron and Steph. Oh, they end their careers together and they have Greg Popovich. But for the Spurs, it's because it'll help us learn how to win. But what would we have left to destroy our development? Like, I don't know what we would have left. Like, the whole point of the Spurs getting those first round picks in 2030s, which everyone complained about, you know, on draft night, which we traded away that 8th for that. The reason being was so the Spurs will have a winning team leading up to that, and then you can trade those for some other veterans. But if you just give out Devin Vassell, even City Sissoko, and 4 first-round picks for LeBron and Steph Curry to be rentals for a couple years. Is the idea that we win a championship immediately? The Spurs want to win in longevity. They want to win for a very long time. They want to win for the entire duration of Wemby's career. why would we do this? And then by the time we get to 2030, we don't have some of those assets that we could have had. I don't know. This just seems silly. I was trying to think if there's any other reason, because his only reason was the Spurs will basically win. They are learn how to win. And I just don't get that. LeBron makes 0 sense. It's silly. Curry maybe though. Even if it was 36-year-old Jordan and 39-year-old Kareem, I wouldn't. It makes no sense. I don't know. I was trying to. I actually did come across. So big shout out to Mike once again for tagging me in this. I definitely wanted to at least think of any reason why the Spurs would do something like this, and I can't think of one. Learning how to win is a lukewarm point, especially if you're not going to have the assets to win to begin with. Unless he's thinking 2025, like that's just going to save our entire franchise. Screw Devin Vassell, I guess. We keeping Devin Vassell for 25 years. I think Devin Vassell is in a weird spot because he doesn't get a lot of hate necessarily, but he's definitely underrated to Spurs fans and just regular fans alike. I wanted to bring this to your attention. You let me know what you think of this. I can't really think of a reason why they would do this at all. I think a lot of fans are excited about Wemby and excited about what the Spurs are, and they're just coming up with their own fan fiction to make a cool looking team. Let's see. I need to hit up my edible plug again. Just confused why LeBron would ever do that. Those picks aren't worth very much. What? Steph already said he doesn't want to play with LeBron. He did? No, he didn't? Okay. Talk about finding anything to talk about in the dog days of NBA offseason. LeBron and the Warriors could get more from other teams in the trade. Not a chance in a frosty. Bron and Curry is only worth 2 picks. No way, not to San Antonio. You think LeBron is leaving LA and Steph leaving the Bay to hang out on the Riverwalk near the border? No way. Oh, that's disrespectful. Nick only proposing this trade to get LeBron a few rings on the way out. I love the love for Wemby, but can I say this, okay? Steph Curry and LeBron James being on the San Antonio Spurs will not bring us a ring. Okay? It's not going to bring us a ring. LA is closer to the border than San Antonio. And that's a good point as well. You disagree with that? I don't think LeBron and Steph Curry coming to the Spurs equals ring. I would never afford Spurs tickets if that happened. True. That's crazy. Why would the Spurs need LeBron now? Like a genuine question. Sohan is the same size and is significantly younger with a worse but similar skill set. There's really no point. I don't even think it really fits. Yeah, Steph Curry, I mean, that's fine. LeBron, that's fine. It's not that it'd be a bad team, but this isn't a championship team. You're not gonna win anything. You're just gonna have them so they can have their goodbye, goodwill tour. Sis, you just compare Sohan to LeBron. I don't think he was saying that. I don't think he was saying that. He was just saying that Sohan is much younger. You're gonna his role for the Spurs will be basically nothing. You bring LeBron. Like, what's the point? You can just continue to develop Sohan, and LeBron literally is like 1 year away from. Obviously, LeBron's phenomenally better. Like, he's like way better. I don't think he was like comparing them 1-to-1. He even says Sohan has a way worse skill set. I mean, they're the same type of skill set, but it's worse. So. Just silly. Silly. Yeah, I did, man. I think about even get LeBron is much better, but he is also much older. What? Hold on. You said scroll up. Why would the Spurs need LeBron now? Like a genuine question. So, yeah, I just read that. Wemby and Zach and Ramen and Giannis. Yeah, I don't know. I just read that. 73 days? That's not that far. People's blood boil if you bring up Sohan's name, I swear. Yeah, he gets a lot of hate. His game ain't pretty, but he gets the job done. All right, somebody said look up Richard. I'm assuming we're talking about Richard Jefferson. You guys keep saying just Richard. Let's see. For son? I haven't seen anything. Is it this? Post-game reaction? Is it this? Go to road tripping? Okay, I'm at road tripping. It's this one? Now go to the end. What? Okay. All right, so chat telling me Richard Jefferson says some crazy stuff. All right, let's see. You said go to the end? How far back do I go?
They're not throwing the football his way. Offensively, he needs to develop. He just doesn't have the build yet. But what I'm saying is, and I agree with Perk, it's not going to be next year. It'll be the year after that, or maybe when he's 22, 23, 24. Perk may be right. Wemby is...
Okay, so I need to go back a little bit. Is that right? All right, as we figure this out, big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. Listen what he says. Yeah? Okay. Okay. How far back do I need to go? Let's see. Do they have closed cap? Oh, they do. We're also going to speed this up a little bit. All right, let's listen.
Was named Olympics MVP.
Yeah. Or over. Steph didn't do the winning. But
in your eyes, bro.
Relationships. Nothing else better to do.
Relationships happen. I'm watching. Listen, I'm telling you this right now. In my opinion, the next year and a half is going to be very interesting.
All right, hold on. We're going to find this. Don't get me wrong. We're going to find this. Hold on. Let's we gotta maneuver some stuff. All right, hold on. Oh God, I just took my stupid thing off. All right, hold on. All right, we got it. Oh my God, I'm a boomer when it comes to technology, dude. Okay. I don't know why I don't have those just like combined. I don't know. Look, guys, I'm part of the podcast now. I wonder, are they going to ask me a question?
I saw KD and Anthony Edwards get tied together like shoelaces.
Shut up.
Right? When KD
talk about, you guys didn't give me any place to start.
In the comments has a Arizona Wildcat avatar, like a profile picture, and he said Perk and RJ are so sassy against each other. Love it.
Okay.
A 20-year-old with no build.
Oh, here we go.
I just think if you watch the 20-year-olds,
Okay, all right,
Now,
okay.
Year-to-year basis.
All right, here we go.
Channing, you think he is?
Oh, wait, hold
Before
on.
you're
Like,
you're the best player. Even Giannis.
okay.
Called them boys sassy.
I say 3, Shannon. Like, look, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, even Zion when he's healthy, they're not just gonna hand it over to Wemby and be like, "Oh, here you go, you're the best player." Even Giannis is like just started his prime. You know how they say what the scouts say, like number years, right? Like,
What are we talking about? He's not gonna just hand it over to what? They don't have to. He'll take it. What are we talking about?
Like 30 to 34, you know what I mean? Like he just started Jokic. So no one is just gonna hand Wemby. He's gonna have to go take that shit, and it's gonna have to be a year-to-year basis.
What?
Channing, you think he is?
A top 5 player? No, I think he's easily the best defensive player we've seen in the last 15 years. I just think if you watch the 20-year-olds, a 20-year-old with no builds shuts down a whole half of the court. So, they don't run plays on his side. It's like having a sick corner. They're not throwing the football his way. Offensively, he needs to develop. He just doesn't have the build yet. But what I'm saying is, and I agree with Perk, it's not going to be next year. It'll be the year after that,
right
maybe
way, right?
when he's 22, 23, 24. Perk may be right. Wemby is far and away the most when Wemby makes plays, like when he threw it off the backboard and dunked it, I said,
no, the discussion was Perk said Wemby top 5, and then everyone gives their take. Gotcha.
how the hell did you jump that quick? Like he just threw that thing and then goaltended in NBA terms, or when he whacked it off the rim, like you're like, how do you get up that quick? Or like, how are you switching on everybody and then everyone just passes it? KD got the ball, saw Wemby, kick. Bron, you saw what happened, block that shit up out of here. So for me, it's offensively, he has to learn that. I went to the Lakers-Spurs game and we interviewed Pop before the game on NBA TV. And I was like, Pop, what position do you think he is? And he goes, Channing, I'll be honest, I have no clue. He was like, if I put him at the 3, he works. If I put him at the 4, he wins. If I put him at the 5, he wins. He goes, I just have to put a good 4 next to him or a good 5 next to him. So that's our job to build around him. So if Wemby really wanted to develop into a 4-man, right? Like young AD.
I can see it in Richard Jefferson's eyes. He's just waiting to hate. Like he can't wait to hate.
He would kill. He would kill. Or if he wanted to be a 3, he would kill. So that to me is why he should be top 8. No one else really has that opportunity.
No, I agree, and it's okay. It's okay for all of us to be patient. LeBron wasn't a top 5 player his first 3 years in the league, right? Like he wasn't, in my opinion. He was like, because we're talking about prime Tim Duncan. We're talking about prime Tim Duncan. We're talking about prime Kobe, right? Like Shaq was still in the league. So like again, everyone again, we might forget. Doesn't mean he wasn't on the come up. He was like Anthony Edwards. He was dominating. He was doing things and he just kept doing this every single year. Okay, that's fine. You have him as a top 5 player over Tim Duncan when he.
Braun was top 5 by his fifth year in the league.
Yeah,
probably 4th year. When did Braun
Agreed.
take that team to the finals?
07.
No, I wouldn't get. Like, I'm saying that's when he was knocking on the door. I played against Bron in that postseason, right? They beat us.
I played against.
Wait, is he saying that LeBron wasn't a top 5 player in 2007? Thanks, Gregory. Thanks for the super chat. He yapping Clint? No, like, did he legit just say? Wait, hold on. Let me look at him. Is it this one? Did you legit just say that LeBron wasn't a top 5 player in 2007? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of wild.
But I'm just saying he wasn't. I just didn't feel like he was. There was Kobe, Tim. There was a list of guys that I still would have said were more dominant than him at the time. I don't like, bro. Anyways, my point about Wemby is a top defender. Like next year with strength, he'll be the top defender in the world. So he's not
to go bear talk. Don't put him in there next year. Don't put him in there next year.
I'm with you.
Why? Like what? Fucking Jaren Jackson Jr. and Marcus Smart, they won defensive player of the year. What the fuck they do? Everybody want to shit on Rudy.
It ain't shitting on him. It's keeping it real, man. It's keeping it real. The analytics fucked that up. And I felt into it. Oh, the team is this much better when Rudy's on the floor, and all of a sudden he get cooked.
Did the analytics fuck it up for Marcus Smart or Jaren Jackson Jr. or Marcus All? That's what I'm saying. Like we hate on him. Like bro, everyone.
Ain't nobody hating on him, bro.
And who was the best? So, again, Wemby. Okay, Wemby. He was an outlier. Let's take Wemby out.
He's like legitimately making Perkins seem reasonable. What is going on here? Why is he doing this? Does anyone know what's going on with Richard Jefferson? Why is he doing this? He doesn't always have bad takes, but when it comes to Wemby, it's like he just wants to go against everything. He does this way too often. He even said Wemby shouldn't have. You guys want to know something crazy? We went over this before, but people in the chat might not know this. He actually said that Wemby shouldn't have won Rookie of the Year, and he like stuck by his guns the entire time. It's really strange.
Out because his team was 26. Who were we gonna give it to? Bam?
I mean, man.
Anthony Davis? Davis?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's nice as shit.
All right. We give it to a bunch of people that ain't gonna get out of that first round.
It's a regular season single person award. Who
That
cares?
means that they weren't that dominant if they couldn't get out of the first round. How dominant?
You guys are just so spicy today.
It's Richard. It's Richard.
And I love it. I appreciate it.
Allie,
Richard needs something in his cup.
Allie,
Subdue
you know
the
what's
beast,
crazy
Richard.
about RJ is that you give some type of constructive criticism. That's all me and Shannon did was share our thoughts about him, and he gets all fucking sensitive about it, talking about we hating. It's not fucking hate.
You are hating. Can we stop the Rudy Gobert talk? Like they didn't have the number one
I'm
ranking.
hating. I'm hating.
I am so confused. So he's still on the whole Rudy Gobert should have won Defensive Player of the Year thing. I don't know why he thinks this way. I don't get it, because at the end of the day, like, Wembanyama is the Defensive Player of the Year award. Wembanyama by far deserved it. He was the best defensive player in the NBA by far. It wasn't even close. All analytics, it was not close. And the only reason Rudy Gobert won it is because his team was better. And at that point, that just means that, especially with as great as Wemby was, that just means we can never ever have a rookie win Defensive Player of the Year. That'll never happen. More than likely, that will never happen. Just remember too that the player poll listed Wemby as the best defender as well. Exactly. It's a team game, Richard. Let me see. I feel like that LeBron James statement is crazy. Let's do 2006, 07 NBA player stats. Let's see. All right, so where did LeBron lead in points? So he said LeBron James wasn't a top 5 player in 2007, and he had the 5th most points in the league that year, 4th most points in the league that year. I guess LeBron wasn't that high in assists that year. He had to be around here. He was 15th in the league in assists that year. Kobe wasn't. He won't be that high in blocks, right? No, I wouldn't expect him to be. I don't know. That just seems like a silly, like, insane thing to fixate on. But this man averaged, that year he averaged 27 points, 31%, well, nearly 32% from 3, nearly 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1.6 steals a game. And he wasn't top. That's crazy. That's just all feelings right there. Come on, Clan. It's not that hard. He was obviously top 5. I just, yeah, that's just stubbornness at that point. I mean, I just want to bring in numbers. It's definitely a vibe I felt. I'm like, yeah, LeBron was top 5 player in the NBA in 2007. Like, that's a vibe, right? Like, he went to the finals. He, like, completely led that team at that young age. I'm like, yeah, he was top 5. But, you know, you go and you look at the analytics, well, I mean, we're just looking at a few, you know, stats here. Yeah, it seems very silly. to say, he said Kobe, like, yeah, I agree with that, but like, yeah, Kobe's better than LeBron in 2007, but like, it's still LeBron. Like, what are we talking about? Okay, anyways, let's see. Let's finish this. What else are we talking about?
Our
Somebody
winner
was hating.
is
Me.
in. Our
Who's the
winner
winner?
is in.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Again, thanks to all of you for joining us for all these lives. We're going to continue to do them, but we've totally appreciated.
Okay, I guess that was it. I need a break. I need a break. Big shout out to BetUS.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
All right, guys, please go check out BetUS. Link in the description. When you support the sponsors, you support the channel, you'll receive 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. But yeah, please check out BetUS. Link below. Clan, there's more. There can't be more. Oh God.
I certainly have appreciated all of you guys. Our winner of the $1,000 Visa gift card is Nima, Sherpa. Again, shoot us a message to hello@roadtrippin.com, the email, and we will get you our 2 winners. Not you, Richard. What is there something on your mind?
I just wanted to finish my point.
Go for it.
Before I started getting yelled at by Perk. Wemby won't be a top 5 player until you can throw him a ball and just he can save you. Until he can save you. We know defensively he's going to be.
We just making things up as we go. It's like first thought, first belief. Wemby ain't all that. Now everything else has to justify that belief. What is he even talking about now? He won't be top 5 until you can throw him a ball and he can save you? What are we even talking about? I don't know. I don't know either. Because Wemby definitely, as bad as the Spurs were this season, he definitely saves you in all aspects of the game. I don't even know what we're talking about. Like what? Yeah, I don't know.
Be a top 1, 2, 3 defensive player until he's in the league. We know that. Offensively, he needs to be able to be given the ball like you can Joel, like you can Steph, like you can LeBron, like you can KD. There's only a few guys that you just toss him the ball and say, bail me out. That's when he gets to that space, he can average 23, 24 points. Jason Tatum can do that, average 25 points a game. But I don't think that he's a top 5 player until he's able to just hear.
Exactly, bro. Like ISO ball. Like, oh, man, he's not top 5 until he can ISO. What are we talking about? Wemby in this last season. Okay, this is what's frustrating about this. Because Wemby, even in this last season with the Spurs, if you actually watch the games, he wasn't just a role player. He did everything. What do we... There were many a times which the ball was in his hands and he could ISO. Like, what are we even talking about? It's everything that's wrong with American basketball. Like, you're talking about a player in its entirety. Like, he's the best player, one of the best players in the NBA. What we're saying this very specific part of the game that he has to be phenomenal at for you to give him that. Oh yeah, he can be top 3 in defense this year. Oh, he can be the best defender in the world, right? Yeah, he can play great team ball. He can show high basketball IQ. Yeah, he can have a game in which this 7'5" monster can give you 12 assists. Sure, he can do all of that. But can he ISO? Like, really? And yes, he can. So I don't even know what this discussion's about.
Go save us. That's what top 5 players in the league.
Go save us.
We'll agree.
Okay.
For sure. Absolutely.
Look at us. Look at us go. All be on the same page.
He can't be top 5 until he can just go save you. Let's see who they have right now as NBA is a top. We looked at this list before, but all right. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Here we go. Take a look. Come on. There we go. All right. players that can just go and you give them the ball and they save you. I mean, I guess Nikola Jokic. I don't know. Would Nikola Jokic count to Richard Jefferson? Because he's really a passing phenomenon. He can score a crazy amount of points as well, but it's really his role. Luka, sure. Giannis, sure. SGA, sure. Jason Tatum, I mean, he can, but sometimes he can't. Clan, do you go to the games? I'd love to get a pick sometime. I haven't been to San Antonio in a long time. I actually don't live in San Antonio. And I probably won't go this year. I really want to go back to San Antonio once the new stadium's built. I'm trying to save up some money because I want to move in the next year and a half. So, but I would love to. Yeah, guys, my brain is fried after watching. Like, I have no idea what the point of this was. Like, and I think what frustrates me is, like, I don't even necessarily disagree with the whole, oh, a player, you know, deserves a lot of respect when they can save you or whatever. Like, I'm not mad at that. It's just, it's irritating because if you watch these games, Wemby has shown that he can do that, and he has shown that he can do a lot of other things. And I feel like we're just kind of limiting him to whatever. And it's really just coming down to Richard Jefferson doesn't want to give him that. There's a lot of praise, and he doesn't want to give him that praise. So he's just coming up with random reasons, you know, not to give him it. It's like, let's just pile on. It's like whatever is convenient. Do these people think Shaq brought the ball up and just ran and scored? No, he got passed to in the post. I guess he's thinking, oh, well, he can just give you some point. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. Wemby can do that, so I don't even know what we're talking about. It's not the most impressive part of his game, but Wemby has shown he can do that. And it's also really silly if them even saying or bringing up the fact that, well, no one's going to just give it to Wemby, right? No one's just going to say, Wemby, you know, you're the best player. And it's like everybody that's mentioned Wemby has said, oh my God, playing against this guy is scary. Everybody. What do we even, I don't know. I mean, nothing new coming out from Richard. It's been like that all year. That's why I'm not surprised or anything. Calling it now, 23.5 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, 3 assists per game, 3 blocks per game, 3 turnovers, 51 field goal percentage, 33 3-point percentage, 79 free throw percentage. That's actually a reasonable group of numbers you got there, man. I ain't mad at that. I really do hope Wemby can. He does turn the ball over a lot, so I hope he fixes that. More than 3 assists for sure, I'd hope. That's what I'm thinking. I think their free throws will go up. Free throws will go up. Yeah. I don't know. This was silly. Thanks for showing me this though. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Wemby's great. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be great. All right, let's end this segment. Big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment of the video. All right, let's see, guys. We got a few other things to go over here. Oh, have you guys seen this? So just letting you know, this. Oh wait, I gotta fix me. I'm still in the middle. That's not me. That's BetUS. Hold on. I gotta group these things together. Why do I have it like this? Why did I do this? There we go. Get out the way, Clan. Sorry. All right, so we can see here NBA Christmas Day games for 24-25 season. Spurs at Knicks. I'm assuming this is going to be in order, maybe. So the Spurs are going to be early on. I don't know. I'm excited though. I haven't seen the Spurs. When was the last time we saw the Spurs in a Christmas game? It had to be like, I mean, last time we were good was 2018? 2016 was the last time we were, okay. I'm excited. 2018. Apparently 2016 is the last time we were on a Christmas game. I think so. Oh. If I see Wemby and Ian next to each other and Wemby is taller, know his height then and there. I think Wemby is 7'5". I think he's 7'5" without shoes. He's at least 7'6" altogether when he's on the court. What matters? All right. Anyways. All right, guys. All right. This is interesting. This is interesting. I have not read this. But it's spicy nonetheless. So Jeff G Spurs posted here. I did not want to be stagnant there anymore. Assistant coach leaves Spurs. Let's see what we got here. I'm assuming when he says stagnant, he's talking about his own career. Cites lack of coaching career advancement with team. All right. All right. Let's see. Any drama? I don't think so. Spurs typically don't have a lot of drama. All right. All right. Sangalia spoke with the Lithuanian site 15 minutes, citing a lack of coaching career advancements with the San Antonio Spurs and wanting to find other career opportunities. I don't really know what he expected. Spurs got some vets on that coaching staff, and Pop definitely ain't going anywhere. But anyways, we met at the end of the month, and it was the time to change the situation because I had no opportunities to move up. I didn't want to contribute to be. Wait, hold on. Instead of reading it, do we have a? Wait. Yeah, it's in a different. Okay. Yeah, it's a different language. All right, we do have to just read it. All right. And it was time to change the situation because I had no opportunities to move up. I didn't want to continue to be stagnant on the second assistant bench. The assistants who occupied the first bench of the San Antonio Spurs signed 4-year contracts, so I had no choice to rise or chance to rise in that position, obviously. Sangolia said he spoke with head coach Greg Popovich about his frustrations with upward movement, and then Popovich told him, too bad. You're trash. No. Told him there would not be any room for him to move up the coaching ranks. Just being honest with him, right? We talked about it with Popovich, and he said I better make a change because there's no room to go up on this team. All right, and he's just being honest with him. Despite things not working out for Sangalia, he says he learned plenty about coaching in San Antonio, but ultimately he wants career advancement. San Antonio had become my second home. This is the first stop of my career as a coach abroad. I learned a lot in the Spurs organization. I went through all the phases. Of course, it is painful to leave this club, but I have come to the end of the line because I have been working in the same position for 3 years, and I not want to be stagnant there anymore without a chance to move up. Sangolia started with the San Antonio Spurs 2018 as a qualified assurance assistant in the video department. He was promoted to assistant coach in 2020. All right, so he was promoted as assistant coach in 2020, and I guess he thought that he would move up at that point. When did Popovich sign his? Let's see. It was 2023. Okay. The 5-year contract was signed in 2023 from Popovich. I wonder if he thought that he was going to be able to move up and Popovich was going to leave. I don't know. Yeah, one of the negatives from the management at the Spurs is lack of advancement. I don't really know what you could do with that point. I guess he would just continue to keep waiting. But yeah, I guess it was the same thing with Becky, right? Like, wasn't that her whole reason for leaving? Lack of advancement? And she definitely deserved it. I would have loved for her to, you know, become head coach. Yeah, it's only so much you can do, though. That's a good point, too, by Jay. He said there's lack of advancement because we don't fire coaches every year. See, that's one of those things, man, where it's like, I guess on an individual level, it kind of sucks, you know? It kind of sucks on an individual level, but as an organization and as a fan standpoint, it helps us a lot that the Spurs act this way. Like there's a lot of because even though Sangalia, I hope I'm saying his name right. Even though he's going to leave and he left the Spurs and whatnot. And obviously he said he learned a lot and there wasn't that much advancement. I do think that you have quite a bit of job security when you're working for the Spurs. So that's one thing that's really good. And job security, happy employees typically result in a good product. You know, that's another reason why I think Spurs players, you know, feel a certain level of commitment by the Spurs to keep them around, right? Spurs will trade you, but oftentimes it's not out of nowhere, or at the very least, it's very respectful. Like they're going to try to hold on to you. It's not going to be a bunch of crazy rumors throughout the year that they're trying to get rid of you constantly, right? Yeah, exactly, Jay. Job security equals continuity for our players. Yeah. And also a happy environment, right? Like that's really important. A happy environment. I mean, even on an anecdotal level, I think we all can experience that, right? I'm sure we've worked jobs that we weren't very happy. Maybe we weren't making that much, but we weren't very happy. We were miserable. And, you know, what we produced wasn't as great. But then we have jobs where we might not be getting paid what we would like to get paid. But at the end of the day, we do enjoy the job. We enjoy who we work with. And it makes us more productive. So it's good to have that job security and enjoy who you're around. But on an individual level, I'm sure maybe when he signed with the Spurs and when he was getting that advancement, he thought Pop would be gone. But then it's like, dang, 5 years? Jeez. That's why our guys take franchise-friendly contracts. Exactly. They should have put Wemby on Curry more on the Olympics game. Dude, I was thinking the same thing. I thought that a lot during that game. I know that's a weird thing, but I don't know. You would have left the paint wide open because Gobert wasn't out there with Wemby, so. Yeah, if we trade you, we're going to trade you somewhere you can be used correctly or traded to win. Yeah. Unless there's like, you know, no love loss. Then they would just, they don't care. Exactly, or to Toronto. Yeah, it's like, or we just don't care. Whatever. Screw you. It's sign of a great front office, not a bad one. Yeah. So even this little bit of, which I don't know, would we classify this as drama in San Antonio? Maybe a little bit. It still results in something good overall, as not only from a fan standpoint, but a player standpoint, as Jay in the chat brought up. So I think it's rare to ever find a job you walk in to get what you want. You usually try to adjust to circumstances. Yeah. F Kawhi, he still won a chip. Yeah. True. I was about to say DeJounte, because I don't think, from everything I've heard, guys, actually, I think I could just make this statement. The San Antonio Spurs front office doesn't really like DeJounte Murray that much, right? I was going to bring up him going to Atlanta as an example, but I think they even did him right by that because he wanted to go to Atlanta. So, but our front office doesn't like him. Not really drama. Yeah. A little bit of drama, but not really. All right. Let's see here. All right, this is what everyone wants to talk about. Huh? Oh, scroll up. Random. What's happened with Zach Collins? I think he's a good overall center, but he doesn't fit the system Spurs need, and I think his trade value is better than his trade value. You mean? Oh, okay. I think I know what you're saying. I think Zach Collins just has to improve his three-point shooting. He just has to dumb down his role. That's all it is. He just has to dumb down his role. This year was a lot of figuring out how he can fit and everything, and I think it's really just going to come down to just be a backup big that can shoot threes. If you can just give us a consistent three-point shooting, then we'll be fine. Hey, clan, Zach Collins or Lasort? Zach Collins. Let's see. Although his passing was actually really helpful. Yeah, it's fine. Lasort plays hard. That he does. All right. Okay. Yes. That's actually what we're getting ready to get into. Okay. Brandon, Boston, and thoughts on that. So let's see here. So the San Antonio Spurs have signed Brandon Boston Jr. and John Wall actually had something to say about it. So big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video and sponsoring this segment of the live stream. And let's go ahead and dive into this, shall we? So first and foremost, his stats, because that's what people care about, right? His stats. Well, guys, I'll be real with you. I'll be honest. All right, transparency here is very important. Okay, that's what we care about over here at Clan the Spurs Fan Channel. Not much to go off of. Being real, not much to go off of as far as stats, and the main reason is because he rarely plays. So last season, 32 games played, none of which he started, only 10 minutes per game, 5 points. Now, from my understanding, when he actually does get to play significant minutes, he does fairly well, but he is a player that's been pretty inconsistent throughout not only NBA career, but also his college career. But nonetheless, he does have a lot in his bag, and he is someone that's kind of in the same vein of a Brandon Ingram, a long guard, long wing, who is a shooting guard / small forward that can do quite a few things on the court and can score, 3-level scorer, but like I said, quite a bit of inconsistency in that. So we can look here and you can see it's all over the place. So first year in the league, 51 games played. He's just a rookie. It is what it is. 30% from three, 38.5% field goal percentage, 6.7 points per game. And then the next season, average almost the exact number of points, only 22 games played, one of which he started, 3 minutes less. So that's something. And 3-point percentage, 41.4%, but he didn't take a ton of threes, 41.8% field goal percentage. And yeah, can't really go off of turnovers or anything because the ball isn't in his hands, significantly enough for that to even matter. And then his last season with the Clippers, 5.2 points, so it went down quite a bit. Only 10 games or 10 minutes played, or 10.8 minutes played. 40.4 field goal percentage, 26.9 3-point percentage. So it's literally all over the place. Literally all over the place. And if you're wondering what the Spurs signed him for, there's no information on that yet. Chat, if while we're going over this segment, if there's any updates or if this video's uploaded and people want to say it in the comments, please let everyone know what the details are. But thus far, we do not know the details of the signing, right? It's nothing. There's no growth in the stats. 3 years. That's what our boy in the chat said. Oh, Hoops Hype says $2 million 1 year. Okay. So what a lot of people are speculating at this point is that this is going to be a G League pickup, which is totally fine. So I came across some fans' opinions here, and I thought that this was pretty insightful, right? Because he's one of those players that I just missed out on during the draft, or during that draft that he was in. So I didn't go over him. There was no video of us going over him. But this is a fan's thoughts on it, and I think he gave us some pretty good information here. So he says he was one of the top high school prospects in 2020 class. He spent portions of the cycle fluctuating around the top 3 or so, and I believe entering his college season, he was ranked probably around number 7. For comparison's sake, other top 10 high school prospects of note that year included Cade Cunningham, Jonathan Kuminga, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, and Scotty Barnes. So he was definitely in, a pretty good territory. I'll be honest, I was never a huge believer in him. And when you end up having one of the biggest crash and burn seasons for a top high school prospect in recent memory, I was not super surprised. He is someone who had extremely good size and length for a modern scoring wing, and is definitely one of those guys who really pops on film. At least he did as a prospect. Good looking shooting stroke, fluid athlete, very mobile, and can get into his shot and get off his shot coming whenever he wants. So at least from what I've seen, I completely agree, especially as far as him being somewhat of a 3-level scorer, and having quite a bit of fluidity to his movements. He got a lot in his bag. We'll say that. He got a lot in his bag. But the reality is Boston just simply doesn't produce when faced with high-level competition. He had an absolutely terrible and inefficient college career. And while his jump shot may look good, he hasn't been able to consistently show he can hit shots. He hasn't been much defensively or as a playmaker either. And while he's very fluid as an athlete, he's not explosive and lacks strength. At least he did last time I paid major attention to him. Solid investment for the San Antonio Spurs, more than likely going to the G League. All right, so I thought this was actually a really good breakdown, at least of his opinion of him, because like I said, everything that I've looked into him, he seemed like someone that more than likely the Spurs are just going to send to the G League. And he is very talented. He has a lot in his bag, but it's just a matter of getting it all together. And I don't think the Clippers, especially with how they are set up, was the best place for him to develop, right? Like the Clippers, the past 3 years, they definitely have been attempting to try to win a championship. And in that type of environment, I mean, how much time is he going to get? How much development, how much attention will he get to develop his game? So hopefully going to the Spurs would be really big for him. Now, our boy here, John Wall, who we talked about not that long ago, actually responded to the news of him being signed for the San Antonio Spurs. And before we get into that, like I said, big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video, and we're going to talk about this in particular because it's Guess he got a connection to him.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
Okay, why the heck are we talking about Collins? Anyways, big shout out to BetUS. You receive 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So former basketball player John Wall, this is what he had to say. Via Scoto, the San Antonio Spurs and Brandon Boston Jr. have agreed to a deal. League sources told Hoops Hype the 22-year-old guard will compete for a roster spot. He spent the past 3 seasons with the Los Angeles Clippers and averaged 6.2 points in 12.9 minutes per game. Because the Collins hate is real, clan. Okay. All right. Okay. That's fair. All right, let's see. Dude, you can't... Okay, look. I love you, but you can't just spam the chat. I wonder if I can, like... Come on. Don't spam the chat. All right. Let's see. I know you hate John Wall. All right, let's see here. This is what John Wall had to say. Yes, sir, bro. That's all he had to say. So John Wall, it seems like he has some type of connection to him. I don't 100% know. But this was his initial reaction. And we already know that there's been, not rumor. I won't say rumors. I think that's like way, sorry. It's okay. I think there's like way, I don't know. There's way too many times in which, people say rumors or bring up like this might be happening. But John Wall in particular, there has been at least discussions around, at least amongst fans, that should the San Antonio Spurs grab John Wall. I've been very adamant that I don't think that should be the case. I think a lot of people are just excited because like, oh, we're bringing in some vets right now. We're bringing in Chris Paul or whatever. But it's like Chris Paul and John Wall are completely different types of players of what you'll be getting. You actually will benefit a lot from having a Chris Paul. But John Wall reacts. He says, yes, sir, bro. So he's excited for him to come to San Antonio. Like I said, guys, I'll be real. I have to get more acquainted with him. So we'll see. They have the same train. Oh, okay. Huncho just told us they have the same exact trainers. Okay, so that's their connection right there. So John Wall and Brandon Boston has the same exact trainers. But just some posts here. I don't think there's much else here. Let's go individual. Let's see. All right. So his last few games. So maybe this is what won the Spurs over, actually. Because we see these last few games of last season from Brandon Boston. He has some really nice showings here. So maybe it really is just he needs an opportunity. He needs more touches. He needs more minutes in the G League, I'm saying. And then he can really put his game together. But last game that he played, minus the playoffs, regular season games, he had 15 points, 33.3% from 3. He put up the ball. He shot a lot of shots. 16. All right. Before that, 4 for 12. So I guess that inconsistency is still kind of there. 10 points. But we have one here, 10 for 24, 41.7 field goal percentage, 23 points. So still not great. I guess we'll just see. We'll just have to see. I'm not, like I told you, I'm not very familiar with his game, but he has gotten a lot of attention now that he's been moved to San Antonio. I honestly think Derek White's an outlier when it comes to the G League. True. Still a development year, so I'm good taking flyers on guys that might strike or might still have some upside. I agree. It's a good pickup from the Spurs. Good pickup, nonetheless. But yeah, cool. Good stuff. Once again, big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this segment. Please, guys, go follow, or not follow, I'm sorry. Go to BetUS, link below in the description box underneath this video. And yeah, when you support the sponsors, you support the channel. So go check it out. Alrighty. Good stuff. Good stuff. Great stuff. All right, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I'm feeling like really sick. I'm not like sick, but like my nose is really stopped up to the point where I think I need to get off. New Wemby quote dropped. Okay. All right. That's the last thing. All right. Let's see. Let's find it. Where is it? Wemby crying. Yeah, where is it? I'm trying to see where the quote is. Capping? I don't know. Wemby Muse? Okay. He didn't say, he said that? Okay, give me a second. I'll be right back. Wait, actually, I don't have to be right back. Do I have some Kleenex? Okay. Is this real? Via Mike Finger. All right, hold on. Is this real? I know Wemby's a nasty man, but like, this is a real quote? Do I have to repeat? Can you guys just read it? That's nasty. That is nasty work. He's not nice, dude. I'm worried for the opponents in a couple years. That's so nasty. He said, if you're NBA, he said everywhere. Was it French? Apparently, did Mike Finger ask him? He said that little exchange alone made the whole 19-day trip here worth it. I'm assuming he asked. Pretty nasty? It's pretty nasty. Yeah. I mean, he's right. The crazy thing about Wemby is any other young guy that would say this would get heat. But because Wemby is so good, he won't get it. He won't get it. I've seen some people bring this up, and they're mostly Spurs haters, right? But bring up like that no one critiques Wemby or he doesn't get criticized like other players. Or when Shaq kept saying, well, Bobo has done the same thing. And a lot of people were not wondering. I don't know what their problem was. But they were like, yeah, why doesn't Wemby get, as much hate as Bobo? It's like, oh my God, this is absolutely silly, right? It's really some crazy stuff out there. But I think it really comes down to he's so good that people accept it. Because this is crazy. No one gets away with saying something like this. He's been doing this since he's been drafted, Clan. He just... I know, but like this is an emotional day. And this is his response. He's just that dude. We watched this game. This was a tough game. He had 26 points. He played phenomenally well. 11 for 19. 3 for 8, which, not terrible. Like, he played phenomenally well. And he was emotional. He was crying. He was hugging his mother. And then he get asked, how you doing, Wemby? And he's like, I'm learning. And I'm worried. I am worried for you in a couple years. I am worried. I have immense sympathy for the world in a couple years. Like, that's nasty. He just said, I'm learning. It's over for you. Man, no wonder everybody tries to like bring up some crazy asinine takes to get Wemby on top. They're just ready. They're just ready for the Spurs to win. Even if you're not a Spurs fan, they're just kind of ready. Like going over this Nick Wright trade idea. They're just ready. They just want it to happen. Nick Wright's like, hey, what if LeBron and Steph Curry went to the Spurs and the Spurs just got rid of their entire future? Because I just want to see them win right now. Like, basically, that's how everyone is. This is crazy. I'm with our boy all the way. This is like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm really sick. I'm going to end the segment early. I have to get off. I'm not feeling well. I'm sick. Not as sick as this quote, but I'm pretty sick. At least I'm not feeling well. All right. I'll get with you guys later, man. You didn't seem that sick? I don't know. It's getting bad now. I don't know what's going on. I think it might just be allergies, though. In this segment. No, I'll be okay. I'll be all right. Feel better, bro? Good stuff, man. Yeah. All right, I'll get with you guys later. I'm hopping off. Nose is like stuffy. All right. Bye. Okay, I'll bite. What? How does a tissue dance? It put a boogie in it. Okay. All right. Okay. Bye.